Hello and welcome to the Ghost Quarter. So, I've secured $4,000 for my business. I know that's not a ton of money, but that's still more money than most people can raise for their business. So, that's not bad. Uh, the good news is I'm about to start consolidating a lot of my extraneous debt down to one thing, which is really good. That means instead of trying to pay off this thing and this thing and this thing, I'm just going to pay all those things off and then have one thing I have to pay on, which makes that a hell of a lot easier because I don't have to micromanage like five different things, which is good. All right, so my plans moving forward for the week is uh, I literally go sign the paperwork today for the loan. Yes, I'm taking out a loan. And my plan is by the end of the week to have paid off the Ghosts and Goblins arcade machine. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because I'm saving about 200 bucks a month on, okay, that's just going out to an arcade machine when I could have just taken out a loan, paid off the fucking arcade machine, had that making me money by now, and collateral on the next loan. And yeah, so I did that wrong, but I learned, and now I'm going to be smarter the next time I go to do it, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. Uh, Everything I'm doing right now is to rapidly grow the value of my business because the nice thing about my particular business is it's built to move. Uh, Everything I'm doing, legitimately, I could move it if need be. I could get away with that. It's not like it's, uh, built into the literal walls of the building it's in. I could easily get it into the back of a U-Haul and take it with me to Oklahoma. That's kind of the idea there, is everything I'm doing is something that I could easily move. Now, that said, is that a great plan? Not really, but I'd rather have a plan in place than sitting here going, well, I don't know, because I did that once. That's what took me an entire year to pay off the first loan I took out. The first loan I took out was both a learning experience and a mistake. Uh, I'm not a financial advisor, but here's some things you don't do if you take out a loan. The first thing you don't do is you don't know, I mean, you should know what you're going to use that money for specifically down to the penny. Uh, the thing is, yes, you do have a loan. Yes, you did just get a large influx of cash. The problem is, you just got a large influx of cash, and you're used to anytime you get any kind of windfall, you blow that through that money as quickly as possible. And myself included. I'm not excluding myself from that. I did the same damn thing. Now, it was a personal loan, mind you, at the time, so that's fine. That's not going to get you in any legal trouble, at least. Again, not a financial advisor, not an accountant. Do your own research, blah, blah, blah. But uh, it shouldn't get you in any trouble because it's a personal loan. The thing is, I'm taking out a business loan, so every single penny is going to be tracked. I am not so much as going to touch a penny of that without uh, checking, double checking, rechecking, and getting a receipt for that. Because the absolute last thing I'm doing is uh, buying something on a loan and then realizing, well, shit, I wasted that money. And now the government's knocking on my door because I misappropriated business funds. That would be a bad thing. So, yeah, I'm taking that very seriously. The next thing you should do is if you are going to take out a loan, uh, you need to make sure that what you're buying is something that can be used as collateral on the next loan. Now, I'm talking about like a business loan here. Uh, my reasoning is if it doesn't add to the value of my business, it doesn't make me money, and it's not something that can be rolled into the next deal, it's a bad deal. Because my thinking is, all right, if I'm borrowing against $4,000 to get a $4,000 loan, I have $8,000 by the time I'm done paying off that first loan, which that's good. The problem most people make is they think, okay, well, I now have $8,000. I can borrow $8,000, not realizing that, okay, if you do that, the amount you were paying previously doubles. But if your income hasn't gone up to match that level, you can't afford it. You literally can't afford it. There comes a break-even point where legitimately you can't afford it. But if you stuck with that same $4,000, you know what to expect. You have a general idea of how quickly you can pay that off. And if you do that a couple of times and get up to a point where, okay, now I'm making more money, now I can borrow to do the bigger thing. Or worst case scenario, you can fully collateralize the next deal, even though it's going to cost you more. It's still not going to cost you as much as an unsecured loan at that point. And that's kind of what I've been looking at is, all right, well, everything I'm doing needs to do three things. A, make me money. As it's sitting there, it makes me money. B, as it sits there, it's worth intrinsic amounts of money that can be used as collateral on the next loan. And C, it's something as well that can get people in my door. It's not something that just sits there and looks pretty. Everything I'm doing is for a bigger goal. That's the biggest thing right there, is you need to have a bigger goal in mind when you go do these things. Not just, it's something that's going to make me money. Because if it's just something that's going to make you money, that's not a great deal. I'm also kind of positioning myself as the arcade guy in town, meaning when I do something, it's with the intention of positioning as well. Because thing is, if I start becoming really big and really good at what I'm doing, people in town are going to try and get their own machines. It's just natural. They see my success, they want in on it. But if I'm way down the racetrack before they even realize I've started running, it's going to take them a long time to catch up to me. And by then, I'll have been past the finish line, sitting in a restaurant, eating dinner, while they're still running the race. That's how far ahead I want to be than everybody else on this. And that starts with positioning. That's good marketing, where I have, the arcade going, there is machines in there, good machines, not just, well, I bought a bunch of wedge heads, I'm technically an arcade. I don't want technically. I want, when you look at my business, you go, holy crap, this guy has an Addams Family in there. That's the difference, because anybody can get quantity. It's much more difficult, and you can't deny or not respect quality. All right, I don't care how much of a what's the word for people that don't like luxury items? I can't think of the word, but a lot of people they want quality when it comes to entertainment. I mean, that's why Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation are the three names you think of when you think of entertainment when it comes to like console gaming. Nobody really thinks of Namco or Sega or any of these other companies. The three of them that I mentioned, Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, are the three most well-known consoles for a reason. They have the most marketing, and they've obviously stayed in business as well, but that's the thing, is it's positioning. You don't think of anybody else. You don't think of the competition. You think of the people that are the industry leaders. That's why you have to position yourself as the guy who is the arcade guy. You will be so far ahead of your competition at that point that it's not funny. You will legitimately be so far ahead of them that they will not think of anybody else. They're going to think of your business and want to come to your business and give you money at that point. And that's why Grant Cardone says best known beats best every time, because you can't, if they don't know you, they can't flow you, as Grant Cardone would say. And that's why my name is Ryan Albright, owner of the Ghost Quarter, located at 266 Public Square, and shit's about to get real. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.